Hello everyone, my name is Rahul Duggal and today on behalf of all co-authors I will be presenting our work titled HAR, which stands for Hardness Aware Reweighting on Imbalanced Datasets. Let's begin by understanding a long-tail data distribution. In this plot, we are plotting the statistics of the iNaturalist 2017 dataset, which is constructed from images of plants and animals. The x-axis shows that there are more than 5,000 classes in this dataset. The y-axis plots the number of examples in each class. So for a butterfly, we have more than 1,000 images, while for the garden insect, we have less than 10 images. Such a distribution where there are many classes containing only a few examples is called a long-tail data distribution. So what is the problem with a long-tail distribution? The problem is that when we train a neural network on a long-tail dataset, such as the ImageNet long-tail, we observe that the accuracy follows a pattern shown by the blue bar chart. In classes containing many examples, that is the majority classes, the accuracy is quite high, 64% in this case, but for the minority classes, the accuracy is quite low, 13% in this case. So the challenge is how to improve the accuracy on rare classes. This problem has been studied for a long time starting from the early 90s. The major approaches can be classified under loss reweighting. The idea in which is as follows. Consider the loss contributed by examples from two classes. The green bar denotes the loss contributed by examples in the majority class, and the red bar denotes the loss contributed through the minority class examples. The uniform loss reweighting approaches work by equalizing the loss contributed by both classes. This can be achieved by upweighting the loss contributed by the minority examples. However, uniform reweighting is not optimal for the following reason. Within each class, there are some examples which are easier to classify than others. For example, on the left, I'm presenting two dog images. Among these two images, realizing that the top contains a dog image requires much lesser cognitive effort than realizing the bottom image also contains a dog image. In such situations where there are clearly easy and hard examples, uniform reweighting leads to an undesirable situation. Specifically, it causes the loss contributed by the easier examples to increase. Since easy examples are known to contain a weaker learning signal, upweighting their loss contribution is non-optimal. To overcome this drawback of uniform reweighting, we propose to upweight the harder examples more than the easier ones. In other words, we aim to develop a hardness-aware reweighting strategy that upweights only the hard examples. The key challenge in developing such a strategy is that there are typically no labels for hardness. So among these four images, we know that the left images are of a dog and the right two images are of the cat, but there is no way of knowing that the images on the top are easier than the images on the bottom. So this poses the challenge of how to learn the notion of hardness without any labels. Our key innovation in this regard is to use early exiting during training. In this diagram, I'm showing a neural network which receives as input two classes, dogs and cats. The data distribution is such that there are many more images of dogs than cats. To enable the notion of hardness, we attach early exits into several points of the backbone neural network. When an image enters the neural network during training, at each exit we decide if the image can exit early. An image exits early if and only if two conditions are satisfied. First, is the prediction correct? That is, if we take the argmax over the prediction vector, is the predicted class the correct class? Second, is the prediction of the neural network confident? That is, does the highest class probability for this image exceed a confidence threshold? If both these conditions are satisfied, then the image exits and we incur a loss L. Note that HAR is agnostic to the exact formulation of L, which can be any existing loss function such as the cross entropy, mean square error, or any of the latest loss functions. So HAR is only a way to impart hardness awareness to a given loss function L. So continuing with our story, if the exit conditions are not met at a particular exit, then the image moves on to the next exit where the decision process is repeated. So for an image exiting from the third exit, it contributes 3 loss terms. More generally, an image exiting from the kth exit has k terms, one for each exit. A natural outcome of our training process is that harder examples exit towards the end and accumulate a higher loss. In this plot, we look at the average loss contributed by examples exiting from each exit on different datasets. Observe that examples exiting towards the end contribute a larger loss. This figure shows that HAR can achieve the goal wherein harder examples are implicitly upweighted by the training strategy even without explicit labels for hardness. If we look at the examples exiting at each exit, we can clearly visualize the learned notion of hardness. For example, on the right, we plot the images from several classes that exit from different exits. The bottommost row contains easiest images exiting from exit 1. The middle row contains images exit from exit 3. And the top row contains the hardest images exiting from exit 5. As an illustrative example, consider the images from the lemon class in the rightmost column. One can see that the images exiting from the first exit clearly has the lemon as the largest object of interest. Whereas the lemon image on the top row has a person eating the lemon and is intuitively harder to classify as a lemon image. Similar observations can be made for the other classes. Given that our framework can enable hardness-aware reweighting, let us look at its impact on accuracy. In this experiment, we train a ResNet 50 model on the ImageNet long-tail dataset, but during inference, we remove all the early exits. What we observe is, regardless of the exit loss type, HAR can improve accuracy. For example, in the green row, we compare the performance when the exit loss type is reweighted cross entropy. So adding HAR improves accuracy along all classes. In the orange row, the exit loss type is LDAM, which is a recent loss function for imbalanced datasets. And we observe that adding HAR further improves accuracy along all classes. In comparison to the existing hardness aware method, which is the focal loss, HAR can improve the accuracy by 3 to 4%. Another important property of HAR is that it can save compute during inference. In this figure, we plot several ResNet 50 models trained on ImageNet, shown in red, and several DenseNet 169 models, shown in blue. The x-axis plots the flops of the model, while the y-axis plots the accuracy. There are two observations. First, the solid squares and solid rectangles, which depict the static model with no early exits. We find that the models trained with HAR outperform the models trained with other loss functions in terms of accuracy. So with the same number of flops, HAR can enable much higher accuracy. Second, HAR can also save compute by early exiting easy examples through the early exits. And by dynamically adjusting the number of early exiting examples, HAR can sacrifice some accuracy for larger compute savings. We show this dynamic control over efficiency by the hollow rectangle and hollow triangles. Observe that these dynamic models can save compute while still performing all the traditional loss functions. To put it quantitatively, in this table we present the results for training a ResNet 50 model on two large-scale datasets, ImageNet Longtail and iNaturalist. We find that HAR can improve accuracy while saving compute using two different exit loss types, the cross entropy loss and the LDAM loss. Further, for ImageNet, with cross entropy loss, the flop savings is 20% with accuracy improvements. Again on ImageNet, with the LDAM loss, the accuracy improves more than 2% with like 5% savings of flops. Similar observations are there for the iNaturalist dataset. We also evaluate HAR under varying levels of imbalance on CIFAR 10 and 100 datasets as shown in the table on the right. So each column of this table represents a different imbalance ratio. So under three levels of imbalance, 100x, 50x and 10x, we observe consistent improvements in accuracy with up to 30% savings in flops. To gain a deeper understanding on which examples exit early, we plot the confusion matrix for examples exiting at each exit. In this confusion matrix, the actual class labels are ordered vertically and the predicted ones are ordered horizontally. The classes are also sorted according to size, so the class size decreases from top to bottom and from left to right. There are several observations. First, most of the examples that exit early belong to the majority class. This is shown most clearly by the orange bar plots on the bottom. For exit 2, you can see 5% of majority class examples exit from exit 2, 14% exit from exit 3, 19% from exit 4. In contrast, only 0.2% examples from the minority class exit from exit 2, 2% exit from exit 3, 8% from exit 4. So in general, majority classes exit earlier than rarer classes. The second major observation is regarding the accuracy of prediction at each exit. This is shown by the purple bar plots on the bottom. So among the majority examples exiting from exit 2, 96% are predicted correctly. In exit 3, 97% of majority examples are predicted correctly. Similarly, for the rare classes, the accuracy is much higher at the earlier exits. So overall, we find that the examples exiting earlier are more accurate than the examples exiting later. We also conduct an ablation study on the impact of number of early exits on accuracy. For this experiment, we consider all combinations of attaching 1 exit, 2 exit and so on during training. But during inference, we remove all the early exits from the network. We observe two trends. First, when there is only a single early exit as shown by the green rows, there is the accuracy is highest when the exit is exactly in the middle of the backbone network. This shows that there is a diminishing value of placing an exit too early or too late along the backbone model. The second observation is that the accuracy improves with the number of early exits. So when there are 4 exits, the average accuracy is much higher when there are 3, 2, 1 or 0 early exits. This means that having a more fine-grained control over the notion of hardness helps improve the accuracy. So to conclude, we have presented the hardness aware reweighting framework for imbalanced datasets that uses hardness to unlock generalization performance on imbalanced datasets. We discussed three benefits of HAR. It enables state-of-the-art accuracy on imbalanced datasets. It enables compute savings during inference. It offers plug-and-play support for existing loss functions. We demonstrate these benefits through extensive evaluation and ablation on 4 datasets. With that, I would like to thank you for your attention, and if there are any questions, I would be happy to take those now.